Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of our podcast. Today's topic is something exciting, something inspiring, something that touches every person listening. We're talking about your future, not just goals, not just dreams, your entire vision of who you want to become.
Yep, the future. It's one of those subjects that can either make you feel super motivated or super stressed, depending on where you are in life.
Exactly. Some days your future feels full of possibilities. Other days it feels like a big, foggy mystery.
Or like a heavy responsibility.
Yes, it's like, what am I supposed to do with my life? That question can haunt people.
And it doesn't matter if you're 18 or 48, everyone goes through those moments.
Absolutely. So today we want to have a long, real conversation. A conversation about how we imagine our futures, the fears connected to them, the hopes, the uncertainties, and the decisions that shape them.
And hopefully, by the end of this episode, listeners feel a little clearer, a little lighter, and a little more inspired.
So, Jack, let me start with the big question. How often do you think about your future?
Oh, man. Honestly, I think about it almost every day. Not in a stressful way, but in a checking in with myself kind of way. Like, am I moving in the direction I want to go? Am I becoming the person I want to become?
That's interesting. So, it's not about specific goals?
No, it's more like a feeling, a vibe, a direction. I don't tell myself by 2028 I must achieve this. Instead, I ask, does this path feel right to me? Does it make me excited? That's how I make decisions.
I like that. It sounds intuitive.
Yeah, but I used to be the opposite. I used to be super strict about timelines. Like, by this age, I have to do this. By that age, I must do that. But life doesn't follow our schedules.
No, it really doesn't. Life interrupts your plans constantly.
Exactly. Careers change, relationships shift, opportunities appear, some doors close unexpectedly. If you're too rigid, you'll break.
I totally understand. I used to think about my future as a checklist. When I was a teenager, I said, I'll do this by 25, that by 30. And when things didn't match my timeline, I felt like I was behind.
That's such a common feeling.
Yes, but one day I realized there is no behind. Everyone has a different path. That realization changed everything.
So, what does future mean to you now?
Hmm, good question. To me, the future is possibility. It's like a canvas that I can paint on. And I don't have to paint everything at once. I can change the colors, change the style, even start over if I want.
That's a beautiful metaphor.
Thank you. But seriously, the future used to scare me. Now it excites me.
Same. And honestly, I think fear and excitement are just two sides of the same thing, the unknown. The unknown is scary, yes, but it's also full of potential.
Exactly. And I think people forget that. They focus only on the fear, not the potential.
Right. Let me ask you something deeper then. When you imagine your future, do you imagine success or do you imagine problems?
That's deep. But I'll be honest, I used to imagine problems. I used to picture mistakes, failures, difficulties. My brain went straight to worst case scenarios.
That's survival instinct.
Yes, but over time, I trained myself to imagine success instead, to imagine things working out, to imagine confidence instead of fear.
That's powerful.
It changed my whole mindset. I started acting differently because I started thinking differently.
I love that. And you know what? Most people never consciously imagine their future. They just worry about it. But imagining your future is different from worrying about it.
Absolutely. Worry is fear based, imagining is vision based.
Exactly. So how about you, Jack? When you think of your future, what's the first image that comes to mind? Freedom.
Freedom?
Yes. Freedom to use my time how I want. Freedom to choose work I enjoy. Freedom to create the life I want. To me, that's the meaning of the future. Building a life where I feel free.
That's so real. Freedom is such a deep thing, but so personal. Everyone has a different definition.
Exactly. And I think people confuse future goals with external achievements. But your real future is about the kind of life you want to experience.
Yes, not just what you want to have, but how you want to feel.
Exactly.
Okay, next question. Do you think people should plan their future or just go with the flow?
I think they should do both. Have direction, but stay flexible. Have vision, but stay open. Have goals, but accept that life will edit them.
That's a perfect balance.
What about you?
I think planning is useful, but I don't think people should try to control everything because trying to control the future leads to disappointment.
Yes, because life is unpredictable.
Right. But being totally passive is also risky. If you don't choose a direction, life will choose one for you, and you might not like it.
So true.
I think the best approach is intention. Not a strict plan, but a clear intention.
That's really well said.
Let me ask something more personal now. What's one thing you genuinely hope your future self has achieved?
I hope my future self has built a life of balance. Not just success, not just money, not just comfort, but a life where I feel balanced mentally, emotionally, physically, and socially.
I love that. Balance is underrated.
What about you? What do you want your future self to achieve?
Inner peace.
Ooh, that's deep.
Yeah, I want a future where my mind feels calm, where I trust myself, where I don't have to constantly battle negative thoughts.
That's beautiful.
And I want a future where I feel proud of who I've become, not just what I've achieved.
That's a detail a lot of people miss.
Yes, because achievements are temporary, but the person you become lasts forever.
Very true.
Here's another question. Do you ever worry about choosing the wrong path?
Of course, everyone does. But I've learned something valuable. Even the wrong path can teach you something essential.
Yes, even a mistake can be a step forward.
Exactly. I've made decisions that felt wrong at the time, but later I realized they led me to something better.
Same here.
So I don't fear wrong choices anymore. I just fear not choosing. Indecision is the real enemy.
That's such a powerful statement.
If you wait for the perfect moment, you'll wait forever.
Yes, the future belongs to people who take action, even small action.
Right. The future is created step by step.
Okay, let's get philosophical. Do you believe people can design their own future, or is it mostly luck?
I think it's both. You can design your direction. You can design your habits. You can design your environment. But luck, timing, and opportunity also play a role.
Yes, but you have to be prepared when luck arrives.
Exactly. Luck is useless if you're not ready.
That's why improving yourself is the best investment for your future.
Couldn't agree more.
Let's talk about fear, because fear is probably the biggest thing stopping people from imagining a better future.
Absolutely. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of disappointment, fear of uncertainty.
Fear of starting late.
Oh, yes. People always say, I'm too old. But it's never too late.
Exactly. You'll be older anyway, so you might as well grow into someone you want to be.
I love that.
When I think about the future, I remind myself everything I want begins with a single step.
One step. That's all it takes to begin.
And the beautiful thing is, the future changes the moment you decide to change.
Yes. The moment you make a new decision, your whole timeline shifts.
I love that idea.
Me too.
So, continuing our conversation, let's dive deeper into the idea of shaping your future through your identity. Because I really believe that who you think you are becomes who you become in the future.
Absolutely. Identity shapes actions. Actions shape habits. Habits shape your future. It's all connected.
Exactly. And many people try to change their future by setting goals, but they don't change their identity. They don't change the way they see themselves.
Yes, I always say, if you see yourself as a person who always gives up, you will always give up. But if you see yourself as someone who keeps trying, you will keep trying.
It's like the foundation of a house. Your identity is the base. If the foundation is weak, the house won't stand no matter how beautiful it is.
Let me ask you something. Do you feel like your identity has changed over the years?
Oh, totally. My identity used to be full of doubt. I used to think I wasn't capable enough, smart enough, or confident enough. And because I believed that, my actions matched those beliefs.
I relate to that so much.
But over time, I changed the story I told myself. I started telling myself, I'm capable, I'm learning, I'm growing. And slowly, my actions started to change.
That's such an important message. People think the future changes when something big happens, but the future changes when you change.
Yes, the future doesn't start next year, it starts now.
Let's talk about long-term vision. Do you have one?
Yes, but it's not super specific. My long-term vision is more about how I want to live rather than what I want to achieve.
Exactly.
I want peace, freedom, meaningful relationships, time for creativity, and a life where I feel aligned with myself. That's my vision.
I think that's a great way to think about it, because sometimes people think a future vision means knowing every detail. What career, what city, what income, what achievements.
Right, but that's overwhelming.
And unrealistic, because who you are now is not who you will be in 10 years. Your future self might want totally different things.
Yes, that's why the best vision is about the experience, not the specifics.
Let's talk about something people often avoid. Fear of the unknown. Why do you think the unknown scares people so much?
Because the unknown means no control. Humans love control. We want certainty. We want guarantees. But the future doesn't offer guarantees.
Exactly. And because people can't control everything, they imagine the worst.
Yes, and that fear freezes them. They don't take risks. They don't try new things. They don't explore opportunities.
But ironically, the unknown is also the place where all good things come from.
Literally, every dream, every relationship, every skill, every success, none of them existed before we took a step into the unknown.
But people forget that.
They do. So I always remind myself, the unknown is not dangerous. It's just unfamiliar.
That's such a great way to put it.
Let's shift into something more practical. What do you think is one thing people can do today, right now, to create a better future?
Improve one habit. Just one. Not 10, not 20, not 50. One small habit.
Why just one?
Because one small habit creates momentum. When people try to change too much at once, they fail. But one tiny change, that's manageable.
Yes, and small changes compound.
Exactly. One small change today can become a huge difference in 5 years.
That's very true.
Let me ask you another deep question. Do you ever worry that your future won't match your expectations?
I used to, but now I don't, because I realized something very important. The future doesn't have to match my expectations, it just has to match my growth.
Wow, that's powerful.
If I keep growing, if I keep learning, if I keep improving, my future can't be bad. It might look different from what I imagined, but it will still be good.
I completely agree. As long as we're growing, our future will lead us somewhere meaningful.
Exactly.
Let's talk about past mistakes, because a lot of people can't imagine a better future because they're stuck in the past.
Yes, that's a huge problem.
People think their past defines their future.
But it doesn't.
Not at all.
Your past is not a prediction, it's a lesson.
Exactly.
I used to carry guilt and regret about decisions I made years ago. But one day I realized if I keep replaying the past, I can't create a better future.
Yes, the future needs your attention
And your energy.
and your hope.
Absolutely.
So now I choose to look forward, not backward.
Same here.
Let's talk dreams. Big dreams. Do you believe everyone should have a big dream?
Yes, but a big dream doesn't have to be famous or rich. A dream can simply be the desire to live a meaningful life.
Yes, I love that.
Some people dream of building a business. Some dream of traveling the world. Some dream of raising a loving family. Some dream of inner peace.
All dreams are valid.
Exactly.
What's one of your big dreams?
One of my big dreams is to create something that lasts longer than me. Something meaningful, maybe creative, maybe educational, maybe emotional, that continues to inspire others even after I'm gone.
Wow, that's beautiful.
What about you? What's one of your big dreams?
I want to help people. I want to teach, guide, motivate, and support others to become the best version of themselves.
And you're already doing that.
Thank you, but I want to do it on a larger scale someday.
I believe you will.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Let's talk about time, because time is such a big factor in our future.
Yes, absolutely.
People always say, I don't have time. But the truth is, they have time, they just don't use it intentionally.
Yes, time isn't the issue. Priorities are.
Exactly.
Every minute you spend scrolling, worrying, or procrastinating is a minute taken away from your future self.
That's so real.
And yet we all do it.
Yes, we do. But once you become aware of how precious time is, the way you live changes.
Completely.
I think the biggest secret to creating a great future is respecting your time.
Definitely. Time is the only resource you can't get back.
You can lose money and make it again. You can lose opportunities and find new ones. But time, once it's gone, it's gone.
That's why I try to spend my time wisely now.
Same here.
Let's talk about something else. Pressure. People feel enormous pressure about their future.
Yes, especially young people.
Yes.
Society tells them they must figure it out, but nobody has it all figured out.
Not even adults.
Especially not adults.
That's the truth.
So let me ask you, do you think there's such a thing as being behind in life?
No, not at all. Everyone has their own timeline, and comparing your timeline to someone else's is pointless.
Exactly. Someone else's success doesn't threaten your success.
Yes, there's no finish line in life.
And no deadline for success.
You can start over at 20, you can start over at 40, you can start over at 70.
The future doesn't close. It just waits for you.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Let's talk about belief, because this is where everything truly begins.
Absolutely.
If you don't believe you can improve your future, you won't even try.
Right. Belief is the engine. Belief is the fuel.
And the problem is, many people have limiting beliefs.
Yes. I'm not good enough. I'm too old. It's too late. I'm not smart enough. I'll fail anyway.
These beliefs destroy the future before it even begins.
They become self-fulfilling prophecies.
Yes, because if you think you can't, you won't.
But the moment you say, maybe I can, everything changes.
A new possibility appears.
And possibility is the heart of the future.
Exactly.
So let's wrap up part 2 with this final thought. Your future is not something you wait for. Your future is something you create, slowly, consistently, with courage and intention.
Yes. And your future begins right now, with your next thought, your next choice, your next step.
Exactly. And if you're listening, just remember, you're not stuck. You're not too late. You're not behind. Your future is wide open.
And you are capable of shaping it.
We believe in you.
We definitely do.